This is the Sakar Murli of 25th of January 2025. Essence. Sweet children, in order to pass with good marks, you students must become active and make some effort. You students mustn't become lazy. Laziness is for those who remember their friends and relatives throughout the day. Question. Who are said to be the most fortunate at the confluence age? Answer. Those who have used everything in a worthwhile way by giving their bodies, minds and wealth, and those who are still doing this are said to be the most fortunate. It is understood of those who are very miserly that this is not in their fortune. They don't understand that destruction is standing ahead of them and that they should do something worthwhile. Fortunate children understand that the Father has personally come in front of them, and so they use everything in a worthwhile way. By remaining courageous, they become instruments to create the fortune of many others. Song. I have come with my fortune awakened. Om Shanti. You children are now creating your fortune. Sri Krishna's name was put in the Gita, and this is why those versions say that God Sri Krishna says, I teach you Raja Yoga. However, there could have been no versions of God Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the aim and objective. I make you into kings of kings was said by God Shiva. Therefore Krishna would definitely have first of all been made a prince, and so there was no God Krishna to speak. Krishna is the aim and objective of you children. This is a school. God is teaching you, and you are becoming princes and princesses. The Father says, I give you this knowledge at the end of your many births, in order for you to become Sri Krishna again. Shivbaba and not Sri Krishna is the teacher at this school. It is Shivbaba who establishes the Deity religion. You children say that you have come here to create your fortune. You souls know that you have now come to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, in order to create your fortune. This fortune is that of becoming princes and princesses. This is Raja Yoga. First of all, the two leaves of heaven, Radha and Krishna, are made to emerge by Shivbaba. This picture has been created very accurately. It is a good picture to use to explain to others. You created your fortune by studying this knowledge of the Gita. The fortune that you had awakened previously has now all come to an end. You are now at the end of your many births and have become totally Tamopradhan beggars. Therefore you now have to become princes again. Radha and Krishna are the first ones to become this. Their dynasty then continues. It wouldn't be just one kingdom. When Radha and Krishna get married, they are renamed Lakshmi and Narayan. To become a prince, to become Narayan from a human being, is one and the same thing. You children know that Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of heaven. Heaven must definitely have been established at the confluence age, which is why this period of time is called the most auspicious confluence age. Establishment of the original, eternal deity religion is now taking place, and then all the other religions are to be destroyed. In the Golden Age, there was only one religion, and the history and geography of that have to repeat. Heaven, which is also called Paristan, where Lakshmi and Narayan ruled their kingdom, is now being created once again. At present, this world is a graveyard. Everyone has been burning away whilst sitting on the pyre of lust. In the Golden Age, you will build palaces, etc. It isn't that a city of gold, Dwarka or Lanka, will emerge from underground. A city of gold may emerge, but Lanka can't. The kingdom of Rama, God, is also called the Golden Age. All the real gold has been looted from Bharat. You explain to others how wealthy Bharat used to be. It is now poverty-stricken. The words poverty-stricken are not so bad. You can explain that there is only one religion in the Golden Age. There can't be any other religions there. Many ask how this is possible and whether only deities live there. There are many different opinions. It is such a wonder how no two people's opinions would be the same. How many actors are there? Heaven is now being created. By remembering that you are now becoming residents of heaven, you will remain constantly cheerful. You children should have a lot of happiness. You have a very elevated aim and objective. You are becoming deities, residents of heaven, from ordinary human beings. Only you Brahmins know that heaven is now being established. You should remember all of these things, but Maya repeatedly makes you forget them. If it is not in your fortune, you won't reform yourselves. Some are unable to remove their habit of half this cycle, of telling lies. They consider falsehood to be a treasure and keep it with themselves and do not let go of it. So it is understood that such is their fortune. They don't even remember the Father. Only when you remove all your attachment will you be able to remember Him. Then you will have disinterest in the whole world. Even though you see your friends and relatives, it will be as though you don't see them. You know that all of them are living in this graveyard of hell. This all has to be destroyed. We now have to return home, and this is why we remember the land of happiness and the land of peace. Yesterday we lived and ruled in heaven. We then lost that kingdom and are now reclaiming it. You children understand how much you have been bowing your heads and wasting your money on the path of devotion. People continue to cry out, but they receive nothing. Souls call out to Baba to come and take them to a land of happiness. It is when they experience sorrow at the end that they remember the Father. You can see that this old world is now to be destroyed. We are now receiving all of this knowledge in this our last birth. You must imbibe this knowledge fully. Earthquakes, etc. happen suddenly. So many people died at the time of partition from Pakistan. You children now know everything from the beginning to the present, and you will also come to know everything that is still to come. There would not have been just the one temple of gold built to Somnath. There would also have been many temples, etc. of gold built to others, and also palaces of gold. What happened to them? Where did they all vanish to? Were they all buried below the ground when earthquakes happened? Will they not emerge again? Will they just decay underground? What happens? As you progress, you will come to know what happens. It is written that the city of gold went down below. You now say that according to the drama, it went below and will emerge again as the cycle turns. That will have to be built again. You should have great happiness whilst turning this cycle around in your mind. Keep this picture in your pocket. This badge is very serviceable, but none of you do much service with it. You children can do a lot of service on trains, but none of you writes of your service news, telling Baba how much service you do on trains. Even in the third-class carriages you can do service. Those who understood this knowledge a cycle ago, those who changed from ordinary humans into deities, are the ones who will understand it again. It has been remembered that humans were changed into deities. It isn't said that human beings were changed into Christians or into Sikhs. No. You became deities from ordinary human beings. This means that the original, eternal deity religion was established. Those of all the other religions went to their own sections and rested there. It is shown in the picture of the tree when each religion was established. The deities became Hindus, and then some were converted from Hindus into other religions. Many left their elevated dharma and karma, religion and activity, and went into other religions. They will emerge and understand a little at the end, and then become subjects. Not everyone will go into the deity religion. They will all go and stay in their own sections. All of these things are in your intellects. What people in the world continue to do. They make so many arrangements for food. They set up huge machines, but nothing happens. The world had to become Tamopradhan, and you had to come down the ladder. Whatever is predestined in the drama continues to happen. The new world has to be established. Scientists are at present learning everything. In a few years' time, they will be very clever. They will create many good things there. This science will give you a lot of happiness there. Here there is little happiness, but plenty of sorrow. How many years has it been since scientists developed these things? Previously there was no electricity or gas, etc. Just look what has happened now. Everything there will be ready-made. Everything will be built very quickly. Here too, just look how quickly buildings are constructed. Everything is ready. They build so many floors. It will not be like this there. There everyone has plenty of land. There is no tax, etc. There is plenty of wealth and also plenty of land. There are many rivers, but there are no canals. They are dug later. You children should have so much happiness inside you. You have received a double engine. When a train has to go up a hill, it is given a double engine. You children also give your fingers of cooperation. There are so few of you. You know that you are praised as being God's helpers. You are doing service according to Srimad. Baba has also come here to serve you. He establishes the one religion and destroys all of the many other religions. As you progress a little, you will see many upheavals. Even now there is a great deal of fear that a war will begin and that bombs will be released. There will be many little sparks beforehand. They will continue to fight with one another. You children know that this old world has to be destroyed and that we will then return to our home. The cycle of our 84 births is now coming to an end. We will all return home together. There are very few of you who stay in remembrance. According to the drama, there are both kinds of students, active ones and lazy ones. Active students pass with good marks, whereas lazy ones continue to quarrel throughout the day. They don't even remember the Father. They remember their friends and relatives throughout the day. You have to forget everything here. I am a soul, and this tail, this body, dangles behind me. When we reach our Karmatit stage, we will discard these tails. We are just concerned about reaching our Karmatit stage and discarding our bodies. We have to become beautiful from ugly. Therefore we have to make effort. Just look how much effort you have to make for an exhibition. Mahendra of Bhopal showed how much courage he has. He courageously holds so many exhibitions on his own. He will definitely receive the fruit of his efforts. One person showed such wonders. He benefits so many. He does so much with the help of friends and relatives. It is such a wonder. He tells his friends and relatives to use their money, etc., for this task, and asks what they would do by just keeping it. He had the courage to open a center. So many people have had their fortune created. There would be so much service accomplished if 5 to 7 people like this were to emerge. There are some who are very miserly. It is understood from this that it isn't in their fortune. They don't understand that destruction is standing ahead of them and that they should do something. People won't receive anything from whatever they donate in the name of God now. God has now come in order to give you the sovereignty of heaven. Those who just donate money won't receive anything. Those who have used their bodies, minds and wealth in a worthwhile way in this confluence age, and who are still doing it, are the fortunate ones. However, if this is not in their fortune, they do not understand. You know that there are those Brahmins, and that you too are Brahmins. You are the Prajapita, Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. There are so many of those Brahmins. They are born through wombs, whereas you are mouth-born. The birth of Shiva takes place at the confluence age. The Father now gives you the mantra to create heaven. Man above. Continue to remember me, and you will become pure, and thereby the masters of the pure world. Print such cards in a clever way. Many people die in the world. Whenever someone dies, you can distribute these cards there. This old world has to be destroyed when the Father comes. Then the gates to heaven will open. There is the mantra, Man above, for anyone who wants to go to the land of happiness. You should all have such interesting cards. You can distribute them at the cremation grounds. You children should be keen to do service. There are many ways to do service. Write this down very clearly. Your aim and objective is very clear, but you do need ways to explain to others. Acha. To you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, BapDada. The spiritual Father says Namaste to you spiritual children. Essence for Dharna 1. In order to attain your Karmatit stage, forget your tail, the form of your body. Do not remember any of your friends or relatives. Just make effort to remember the One Father. 2. Become God's helpers according to Srimat, and use your body, mind and wealth in a worthwhile way, and thus create an elevated fortune for yourself. Blessing. May you finish any pull from situations in the form of some suffering of karma, and become a complete destroyer of attachment. Even now, circumstances created by matter still pull your stage to themselves, to some extent. The greatest pull is some karmic account of your body, and the situations that come in the form of the suffering of your remaining karma. This pulls you. When this pull finishes, you will be said to be a complete destroyer of attachment. No situation of your body or the physical world will be able to shake your stage. This is the stage of perfection. When you reach such a stage, you will then easily be able to stabilize in your form of a Master Almighty Authority in a second. Slogan. The vow of purity is the vow of the most elevated true Narayan. Supersensuous joy is merged in this. With your powerful mind, do the service of giving Sakash. Serving with your mind is doing unlimited service. To the extent that you become a sample by serving with your mind and words, so others will automatically be attracted on seeing the sample. While carrying out any physical activities, do the service with your mind of spreading vibrations. For instance, a businessman would look after his business even in his dreams. Your work of benefiting the world is also like that. This is your occupation. Remain constantly busy doing this service by keeping this occupation in your awareness. Om Shanti.